Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review, and today I'll be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins Amazon exclusive. And I don't normally do this for Amazon, but I'm going to this time. Oh boy. Man-E-Faces. This is the mini-comic version of Man-E-Faces, brought to us by the fine folks over at, say it with me now, Mattel. Been a hot minute since I did that. I think the last time we did that was October. That said, this review is also brought to you in part by my good buddy Evil Villain over on Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go hit him up. Let him know Overlord sent you. But as always, don't be a jerk or I'll find you and you won't like it. That said, hopefully the link is there, unlike the Scareglow video I did for October. Whoops. That said, a very controversial figure because a lot of people pre-ordered this, including myself, and everyone's order got canceled. Literally everyone. But yet some people wound up with 6 of them. Sorry, but you're all a bunch of dicks. So, with that being said, Evil Villain got this off BBTS. Shout out to BBTS, always coming through. Very curious if they're going to wind up doing the same thing with Man-at-Arms from the Filmation series. It's kind of a subline from Origins, but I don't have any of those in hand as the time I'm recording this video. Hopefully by the time it's posted, which is almost December, I will. And I'll have reviews of those going up very soon. But for now, we're going to take a look at Man-E-Faces. Starting off with the mini-comic. Funny, mini-comic figure. Coming with a mini-comic. Who'd have thought? That said, no advertisement on the back. Just the MOTU logo. In case you forgot what toy line this is from. That said, he does come with one of these pamphlets. And I advise taking a look at this because you can't take his head off. And not everyone knows that. So don't try to take his head off because you will probably break the thing. Unless you have the strength of Zeus. Then you'll really break the thing. That said, I never tried to pull the head off the old one. I might have, but it didn't come off. But I saw somewhere that you could take it off. But I think that's all bullhawk and people are just being trolls. But that's just me. That said, he does come with this little gun that kinda doesn't fit into his hand. I would recommend heating up the thumb, pushing it down, then putting this in his hand. That way the thumb wraps around the handle and he holds it a little better. That said, taking a closer look at mini-comic Man-E-Faces, we'll just put his gun in his hand now. And a bit premature of me to do this, but we're going to do it. Moving him to the side here. Here he is with the other Man-E-Faces. This is the first release. This one's a little less orange. He's still got some orange, but he's a little bit more, I would say, bright. As opposed to this guy, you could definitely tell he's orange. So this guy looks a lot more like he's a cyborg, whereas this guy looks like he's wearing a suit. That said, as far as his Man-E-Faces go, you got this kind of poopy face human head face. You got this angry looking monster face. And my personal favorite, you got a Arnold Schwarzenegger face. I'm the Terminator. Yeah, it's a skull, but it kind of looks like the Terminator because it's silver. Interesting. That's my favorite, though, and I'm going to keep him that way. That said, as far as articulation goes, his head will rotate. Again, it does not come off. Don't try to take it off. You got these two things on the side. It wouldn't work anyways. His head is like cone-shaped, so it would just get stuck on the way out anyways. His shoulders can go out, back down, it can rotate. He's got a swivel in the elbow with a hinge. Swivel in the wrist with a hinge. He's got a waist swivel. It'll rotate around. Does have a little slack in there, but I think that's just the socket. So, nothing too bad there. His hips can kick forward, back, out to the side, back down. He's got a swivel in the knee. He's got a knee hinge with those ratcheted kind of knees, but this guy's are not as tight as we're used to seeing. But even though they're not as tight, you can see he's not falling back. Whereas the old one has just the regular kind of soft hinge in the knee. And while not loose, especially on this side, I do prefer the ratchets, because even with the somewhat looseness, because you have those teeth in there to grab onto the leg as you're moving it, it's not as bad as when it's loose and doesn't have that. The Cosmic Legion's Canucks Vol I looked at the other day, his feet have the looseness problem, and I think they need to really incorporate some teeth into the hinge joints on the Legion's figures to make them a little tighter. That said, it does have a boot cut, as well as a hinge in the foot with a rocker joint and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. But yeah, man, that's Manny Faces. He's cool. Nothing crazy, but I do like him, especially with that skull face, which is probably how I'm going to display mine. But since this is going to be kind of a quick review, we'll just bring on our two regulars now, as opposed to going into a bunch of size comparisons, because I don't really have any for this review. So here is the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith, and the MK 11 Spawn, because it wouldn't be one of my videos without him. But yeah, of course, since he's 5.5, maybe a little taller with the leg straight, he's going to be shorter than Spawn and Bro Mandy there. So with that being said, let's wrap up this relatively quick review with some final thoughts. Overall, and even with the controversy surrounding this figure, seriously, literally everyone's pre-order got canceled, including yours truly. Yet somehow, some way, I don't know how, I don't know what way, lots of people wound up with dozens of these. Once again, you're all dicks. Don't ruin it for everyone else because you're a selfish piece of crap. With that said, though, I am very appreciative of my good buddy Evil Villain hooking this up for me, because I do still really like this figure. Even though it doesn't bring a whole lot to the table as far as something new to the Origins line, with the different faces, I think it's new enough, A, for me to own, and B, for me to make the Manny Faces of my Origins collection. While I did like the previous version, I like the colors on this one more, but people who've been watching my videos for a while now tend to know that I like the mini comic aesthetic a little bit more in the retro toy and or the Filmation aesthetic, so long as it's not too drastic. I like the mini comic Triclops and Trapjaw, but the ones I grew up with, which would be the 2000X ones, are a little bit more traditional as far as the color palette goes, so those are a little bit too far of a stretch along with Beastman. But this guy, the Merman, and even the Sorceress, we'll say, are my preferred versions of these characters. And I am very happy to be adding this guy to my Origins collection, despite the fact that he seemed unattainable for a time. So shout out to both Evil Villain and BBTS for coming through on this one. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.